Please welcome back to my channel, and this is chapter 10, Hurricane, from book Platinum. I hope you like it. A few days after your album release party, Mickey texts you and invites you on a shopping spree on the Fifth Avenue. Little did you comprehend Mickey's definition of shopping spree. Come on, just one more store. Really, we have been at it for hours. Poor Hank's arms are gonna fall off from carrying so many bags. Nonsense. I am doing my duty. It's an honor to. One of the bags slips out of his grasp and falls to the sidewalk with a thud. Immediately, Hank speaks into his earpiece. Back down, I repeat, back down. I need all the personnel to initiate bag retrieval start. You pick up the bag and hand it back. View. That was a close one. See, he's managing just fine. Alright, just one more store then. That's the spirit. All those endorsement deals must be burning a hole in your pocket. You deserve a treat. You deserve to treat yourself. You pause outside a store window when you hear a TV clip. And here to promote her chart-topping new album, it's Jalen Reyes. Hello, hello. So happy to be here. Now let's cut to the chase. I know there's another debut pop album that's been hot on your heels. Oh, the Adi special by Adi. I am not worried. I respect her so much as an artist. You are professionals, not virals. But I'm so busy these days. So I'm just focusing on my big next goal. Is that Jalen Riaz? I should be on the talk show, not her. Looks like we are both doing pretty well. I'll be on the last call. She's on a talk show. Mickey tugs your arms. Come on, let's get this retail therapy party back on the road. Hank stands watch by the door as you and Mickey enter a store. I've never seen so many expensive things in one place. What do you buy? Shoes all day. Gold scepter. Luxury perfume. Yes, you are way too famous not to having a signature shoe. Wait, that's a thing people have, signature shoes. Oh, definitely. Some people choose to meditate. I scrub these fox ostrich leather Jordans with a toothbrush every single day. Well, hello, fancy meeting you here. Elise, what are you doing here? Oh, just having a couple of my old hublots cleaned. Your fan base capitulated you up the charts. But enough about that. A little bird told me the RD special has climbed all the way to hashtag 20 on the charts. Oh my god, I haven't seen the chart update yet. We really made it up that far. Yes, and I couldn't be prouder. Alice pulls you in for a huge hug, almost crushing your lungs. Oh, hello. This is all possible due to your hard work and talent, but also due to your generosity in buying us time by selling your song to another label. The other labels even got in a bidding war over it. Yeah, I saw that deposit in my bank account. That almost makes losing the song worth it. I wonder if I'll ever hear that song someday, just walking down the street or on the radio. Accept anything that can happen, but I am sure you'll feel gratified to know that someone out there will be still hear the gift of your music. And you, Mika, I heard you just finished a song with Dua Lipa, but that she wasn't entirely thrilled with the results. Oh yeah, right. It's no worries. We have worked together before, so I'm getting a second chance. I'm glad that's the case. I just wanted to check in and see if you're feeling alright. Yeah, totally. Especially now that I have got a brand new VR headset here. That's the spirit. Elia claps Mika on the back and begins to spiral away from you. Excited to see you on last call this Saturday night, Addy. Swing by Zadie's studio ASAP. As Ellis rounds the corner and strides out of the view, you look over to Mika and see him deflate. Hey, how are you doing? I'm fine. It's not Ellis or Dua Lipa. Honestly, it's step back. It really messed with my head, you know. My biggest hero brushing me off like that. So that's why you were so excited to do the shopping spree, to take your mind off it. Well, you'll bounce back even stronger from this. Because you're brilliant, whether step back things or so or not. Right, this too shall pass, and all that. Dang, are those the new sunglasses from Saint Laurent? Before you can reply, he turns around and makes for a display of sunglasses. Looks like you are done talking about this, for now at least. After you and Hank drop off your many bags at home, you double back at Zadie's studio. Hello, Zadie. Ellis told me to stop by so we could get ready for last call. No answer, no retaliatory. Deluge for sarcasm. Weird. You head further in and step into a pool of crushed energy drink cans. What the? Zadie stands up from where she's been working behind a mannequin, coming into view. Careful, some of those cans still have juice in them. Zadie, what on earth? Where did you even get this much electrolyte? From your lifetime supply, of course. Your endorsement deal was the best thing that ever happened to me. Zadie chugs a can and tosses it into a pile of 20 more cans. She resumes stabbing the mannequin with pins. I'm just trying to figure out your outfit for last call. What do you think so far? This is the 30th version. 30th. 30th. Oh my god. You take a look at the mannequin. Honestly, it's stunning. The cutouts, the fabric, the. Addie, you're right. This is the ugliest effing thing I have ever seen. In one swift motion, Zadie rips the fabric off the mannequin, tearing it to shreds. No, don't do that, Zadie. When the last time you got some sleep? Sleep, ha 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 ha. I don't sleep now, I make money moves. As though to enforce her point, Zadie opens a whole new can with gusto. This seems inadvisable. Time for an intervention. You lead Zadie by the hand over to the couch, and she collapses horizontally with her head in your lap. Sorry, the outfit for the last call. I need to get it right. I need to. But why is this outfit so important? You didn't binge electrolyte before Madison Square Garden. It's my parents. They love Last Call. They watch it every week. Oh, well, I'm sure they'll be thrilled no matter what you come up with. You're going to make them proud. Oh, no, no, no. This is about vengeance. This is me taking my astronomical success and rubbing it in their goddamn faces. Geez, Zadie, why did your parents exactly do? They look down on what I do. They don't respect my fashion aspirations whatsoever. Doesn't matter. They're gonna be so salty when they see you wearing a Zadie Choi original on last call. Zadie, you should try to resolve things with your parents. At least give them tickets to last call. Oh, good idea. Then I can actually see how pissed they get, instead of just dreaming about the looks on their face. I was going more for a small step toward reconciliation and conflict resolution. What for? We haven't talked in years. What do you want me to do? Drive out to their beach house in Hamptons and hand them a pair of tickets? Well, yeah, I think it's a good first step at least. You can even bring me along for moral support. I'll be your wingman. Now I am almost tempted to let you go ahead with this, just so I can bear witness to this perfect, beautiful dumpster fire. Awesome. I'll have Fiona clear your schedule for today. Now you need to go before I change my mind. Zadie pushes you out of the studio and you watch as she collapses on the couch to take a very, very long nap. Electrolyte claims another victim. After Fiona works her schedule magic, you and Zadie make the long drive out to Hamptons. I feel like I just woke up to the worst electrolyte hangover ever, and now I'm regretting all the decisions I made when under the influence of caffeine. Don't worry, Zadie. I'm sure your parents will be super happy to see you. Besides, I'm here as backup. Sure, sounds like what someone who has never met the lovely Mr. and Mrs. Choi would say. Wow, just wow. Zadie pulls into the driveway of gorgeous beach house. You ogle, you can't help it. Whoa, you weren't kidding that your parents' place is right on the beach. It's amazing. Why, thank you for compliment. Hi mom, this is my client, Addie. You close the car door and hurriedly shake Mrs. Choi's hand. Great to meet you, Mrs. Choi. Zadie's told me so much about you. Lovely to meet you as well, of course. Zadie refuses to tell us anything about her clients, so I'm afraid I haven't heard anything about you. Let's rectify that over some food, shall we? There's already an early dinner on the table. Mrs. Choi turns and strides through the front door. Zadie lingers, rubbing her temples. Was that just me, or was that kinda passive aggressive? Did I not thoroughly warn you? As though she has ever expressed an interest in wanting to hear anything about my work. Chin up though. We can make it through this dinner. Soon you're all seated around the table along with Mr. Choi, Zedi's father, who starts doling out the food. So, Addie, we hear you're a musician. Anything we may have heard? My nephew went to Tanglewood, graduated from Juilliard, and just started touring Europe with the Boston Symphony Orchestra. Oh, I actually work in pop music, not in classic. But you may have heard some of my songs on the radio recently. So, Addie, what is it like to work with Zadie? Would you say you're satisfied with her performance? Oh, definitely. Zadie is incredibly creative, very hardworking, so resourceful. Zadie's been my guardian angel. My focus is on sounding good, but she makes me look good, which is half the battle. She's always had a creative streak. Always got in trouble for doodling in class. This one. I got good grades. Right. And what did you do with them? Got to design school. Study illustration. You could have studied something with substance. Substance. Well, I for one am glad she studied design. I think fashion is Zadie's calling. It's such an innovative field. Sounds like the skills that would have made Zadie top of her class at law school had she attended. But I know there's no point in beating a dead horse. May I offer you a refill? Zadie's mother refills your glasses with sugary lemonade. Okay, this is going fine. You can keep the peace. So I hear you two are big fans of Last Call. Oh, the biggest. We never miss an episode. Awesome. You must be so excited that Zadie's work is going to be featured on the show. Her work? What do you mean? Well, she'll be styling me for the show, of course. That's wonderful. And we do love that show. But that isn't exactly what we had classified as work. It's entertainment. Zadie is always throwing away her potential in order to play dress up. What's wrong with you guys? At first I came here so I could rub my victory in your faces. But I actually brought 2 guest tickets for you to rent as gifts. She throws the tickets envelope down on the table. I hope you enjoy your front row seats. I was stupid to come here in the first place. By the way, I paid my own way through the design school, so you can quite quit acting like it was some big sacrifice you made. She turns and races out the room. You rise up from the table, shaky. God, you might start crying. And they are not even your parents. Addie, I must apologize for my daughter's outburst. Yes, we are so sorry about all this. Have a safe drive back into the city. Seriously, I should apologize to Zadie for bringing her here. You should apologize to your own daughter. It's one thing to disapprove of her career, but you can't even treat her with baseline respect. I don't blame her for cutting you off. Addie, I'm going to have you to ask you to leave. No need. You spin on your heel and go after Zadie. The drive back to the city passes in silence. Zadie grips the wheel, mascara streaming down her face. You almost wish she could give you a sarcastic, cutting remark as usual instead. Then you had no, things were back to normal. Finally, she pulls up to your place and veers to the curb. I'm sorry, Zadie. I really thought they would listen. No, you didn't know what we were getting into. I was stupid to get my hopes up. Well, with or without them, you have real friends who care about you. Her eyes glaze over as she looks out the windshield, her thoughts 100 miles away. Good night, Zadie. I'll see you on Saturday, okay? You step out of the car, and Zadie peels off into the night. Later that week, it's the night of your musical guest performance on Last Call. You stand on set before the audience arrives, taking in the stage when Avery and Riley greet you. I can't believe you guys came. You throw your arms around both of them. Please, we weren't gonna miss your TV debut. Addie's already had her TV debut. You were a judge on it, remember? Avery will cheer with the subtle disses. How do you manage being kind and troll at the same time? It's impressive. I don't know what you mean. I'm merely refreshing your memory in a helpful manner. Okay, play nice, you guys. Can you fight over me more? I need more of that, but more towards this direction. Welcome to Last Call, everyone. You all around to see Josh, freaking, Morello, standing behind you. The comedy legend, casual, no big deal. I'm such a big fan. I can't wait to see that new detective comedy you're making with Teja Desai. Yeah, me too. She always makes me look better than I really am. The door opens and Shane and Fiona steps inside. I found this one wandering the halls. looking lost as a lamb. Addy, I just wanted to say you are going to crush it. Like the Madison Square Garden playing chart climbing genius that you are. Who's this here? Oh, Shane Parker, Sir Josh Mirlo. I have never been knighted before, but now I like you even more. Montessor Shane Parker in Square. Shane is a stellar writer director. He is currently studying in one of the most prestigious film schools. Oh, yeah. We were running late on the script this week, and I had loved some help in doing some last punch ups to the dialogue. Punch ups, help from me. I don't have much experience with comedy. I'm more into art house like Truffaut and Wong Kar Wai. Shane, you totally should. You have got a real way with words. It had be a good way to branch out from your comfort zone. What's more, you're the of the funniest people I know. All right, I'll do it. Awesome. We'll talk about after this. Addy, I know you have got a lot on your plate tonight, but would you like to make a cameo in the cold open skit? Oh my god, you're joking. Being in a last call sketch is a lifelong dream. Not to mention, staring in a skit would gain you a lot of fans, especially if Avery or Riley hops in. But I'm not a comedian. What if they don't laugh? Who cares? It's really about the exposure and being on the stage with Avery or Riley. You just learn your lines, maybe improve a little, and have fun. It's been a hot second since my last call appearance, but it was a blast. I couldn't stop laughing. Not on air, of course, definitely after. Well, I'm always down to go on out on live television with you, Addy. Team up with Riley or Avery on last call to gain fans and national recognition and get some time alone after. Well. Act in a sketch with Avery, act in a sketch with Riley, skip the sketch. I can do this sketch very well. Act in a sketch with Avery. Awesome. First off, we wrote two different versions of the script. Would you rather play a parody of yourself or parody of Jalen Riaz? Jalen. Playing up your beef with Jalen would amp your popularity up immensely. Then again, Addy, it really just depends on whether or not you want to play up your rivalry with her. What should I do? You play on last call? Yourself. I'd rather just make fun of myself. I barely know her anyway. Works for me. What about me? I'm down to play a fun character as well. Any preference? Surprise me? Okay then, we'll have something in store for you. First, we'll send you off to hair and makeup while I meet up with Shane to go over the scripts. Then we'll go over lines together. And don't worry, this is last minute. So we'll have telepromoters in case you forgot your lines. Go forth and slay, you guys. Shane and Josh leave together. Guess we are really doing this. I guess we are. Soon it's almost your turn to go on stage with Avery for your skit. The curtains roll back, the lights blink on. The studio audience roars. You wait in wings for your entrance. Hello. We are back with pop star Jeopardy. Your favorite place to feel validated when you know a piece of trivia a celeb doesn't. With us tonight, we have your favorite rebel and heartbreaker, currently in a lead and in trouble for crashing yet another yacht. Raleigh Carrera. Yo, what's good? I don't think I'll be able to make it tonight, but turns out it's pretty easy to blow off community service when you're famous. The crowd boos loudly, but they're loving it. What had I say? Okay, next up, our other contestant decided it was better for their image to charity work in Africa for the pictogram posts, so we found a replacement. Don't ask which country in Africa because they won't remember. The audience boos again. Bravely taking up the mantle, we have a surprise guest, your favorite pop star, killing it on Chatterbox, Addy. You walk on stage, trying not to trip, and place yourself behind the podium. The crowd cheers loudly, stomping their feet when they recognize that it's you. Hey New York, I was busy writing Rala career name with my heart in my diary, but talking about how much I idolize Avril Shillier, but I'm here now. Have I told you how big an inspiration he was and is to me my life and all of my music? Yes, many times. Let's move on. The audience laughs appreciatively, which encourages you. Addie acting on stage. What a twist. She's so multi talented. In Popstar Jeopardy, all of the winnings go towards our celeb's charity of choice, which typically means their next booze cruise in Il Pizza. But we deal with it because of the ratings. Isn't that right? Avril looks up from texting. Oh, sorry, you were saying something came up with my private island off the coast of Bora Bora. I think that means it's time to start the actual game. Today, our categories are living frugally, methods of public transportation, and how to be relatable. Rayla Carrera, you're up. Thanks, Josh. You're the man. I got this on lock. I'll do living frugally for 400. Alright. You're on a first date, but you only have $20 on you. How do you make that money go far? And when your dates start? Easy. What is? Taken them back to the penthouse for a top shelf nightcap and spend the $20 on a ride XL Lux bag black to send them home and make sure they don't spend the night. The crowd erupts into more jeers, but they're all grinning. What? Come on, it's cost effective. I'm just saying that I know you all are thinking. That is so. That is an incorrect answer. Addie, take us home. Well, Josh, what is skip the date and donate 20 to singer songwriter Broken Hearts Foundation? Escape my mountain and never shut up about it, clump. No one even knows where my hometown is, but I feel like it's important to remind people this a lot. And I support other people who do the same. The name of the organization gets a big laugh, and you see Josh smile at Shane backstage in Wings. That must have been of one of the Shane's lines. And that response is also incorrect. In order to win, have to actually go on the date. Who both hurt both who hurt both of you? Let's just skip forward to our final round. Alright, let's go, Addie. It's getting real now. The category is what do you do for fun? As long as you write or draw your answer, you will win. So please be sure to follow directions and don't forget to select a wagger. You glance behind the podium to see two notebook props. Pick a notebook diary with hearts. Journal titled Poetry. And now it's time to reveal the answers of our celebrity contestants. Addie, you go first. You lift the notebook up so the crowd can see. Definitely your own original work. Show the heart's diary. In my spare time, I love to write beautiful songs and let people know I wrote my own songs. Like, I really write my own songs. Did you know how much I hate using ghostwriters? Yes, actually, this is a well publicized fact. You know, you only had to write a sentence or draw a picture on the lectern, not author a whole book. In my pursuit of authenticity and art, I cannot be silenced. Marvelous, I suppose. And what did you select as your Vega? I went all in. And Raleigh, what do you have to share with us today? Avery lifts up something from behind the podium. This is what I like to do for fun, no doubt. Bottle of absolute tea. Watch Avery take a swig. Avery hiccups. Is this show over yet? I have places to be. Raleigh, that definitely does not qualify as a written entry or a drawing. In that case, given that she wagered all of her earnings thus far and won this round, I am pleased to sound that the winner is Addie. Oh my god, thank you so much. I'd like to thank my family and my best friend Shane, who I talk about repeatedly even though none of you know who he is. The audience oohs, ahs, and explodes into laughter as confetti bursts from the ceilings and begins to rain down above you. Congratulations! And now, Liv from New York. It's last call. We got a great show for you tonight. Addie is here. Stick around. You run backstage together with Avery, giddy from the rush of performing. Soon you can hear Josh beginning his opening monologue. Now I don't know about you, but I have to be keeping up to date to the newest season of The Debutante. That monologue must be what Shane helped write. I'm so proud of him. You head back to the wardrobe and change. Wow, that was wild, wasn't it? Acting on stage was so thrilling. My stage is still pounding. Congratulations, you're such a superstar. Looks like you have got a backup career in comedy if this whole singing thing doesn't work out. I doubt it. Between you and Josh, I had to fight not to break. Oh, I did break many times. Happens to the best of us. By the way, it was fun seeing you act as Raleigh. I think we all have just a little bit of Raleigh in us, and she's a good sport, and that's one thing I like about her. So I guess I'll see you later after my performance. I suppose so, unless Aver's blue eyes twinkle slightly. Make out to Avre. You lean in close and cup Aver's chin in your hands, placing one soft kiss on his lips. This is a bit risky, isn't it? You have got a fake partner to be loyal to, remember? Wouldn't want rumors to indefinitely getting out. I doubt the paparazzi will find us back here. You stumble backward until you fall on top of the couch, Avery on top of you. You wrap your legs around his waist, drawing him closer, as your hands roam down his back. Andy, he trails, kisses your neck, down your neck, gently pinning your hands above you as your head bounces against the couch cushion. You sit up, hoping on Avery's lap. His hands wander down your sides, then pull you closer to take him at the waist. Man, if only old Additonian could see me now, making out with Avery will cheer. You're one to talk, I'm just as dazzled by you. Avery sucks gently on your lower lip, his hand slipping under your top. The door opens. Ugh, I'm so glad I moved my silk swatches away from that couch before you all got to it. You break apart from Avery, blushing furiously. Zadie's standing behind a rack of costumes, blinking rapidly. Not to buzz this up, but Addie needs to be dressed, not undressed. Got it? Well, I'll see you later. Addie, good luck. Thanks. Avery gives you one last tender kiss on the lips, and then he slips out of the door. Back in the wardrobe with Zadie, after she's finished your makeup, it's almost time for your musical performance on stage. Zadie is really nervous, more than you even. Hey, I'm sure you don't want to talk about it, but how are you doing? They are here, my parents. I bet they just wanted to take advantage of the seats. I got them. I don't know what to do anymore, Addie. I can't believe I'm asking you for advice, but what would you do if you were me? If I were you, I would try to forgive them, cut them off forever. I know it's hard, Zadie, but I get the feeling that they are never going to change. But they are my only family. Then find new people to be your family. I know it's possible with all my heart. I don't know, Addie. I just like to prove people wrong, you know. I want to prove that I am stronger than all the people who ever doubted me. And if I go through with this, am I just giving them what they want? Zadie, you can still prove the doubters wrong. Do this for yourself, not them. Forget about what anyone else says, okay? I don't know, Addie. Spite is a pretty powerful motivator. Yeah, but is that anger worth holding on to? You can do things to make other people mad, or you can do things to make yourself happy. Well, when you put it like that, you know, Addie, most of the time you spout sentimental drivel, but you only may be on to something in this case. In fact, Zadie scrambles around the room, picking up spare bits of half-sewn materials. I think something just fell into me into place for me to for what you should wear tonight. That will really make an impression. The only trouble is you're in 50. Do you think I have time to put it all together? It'd feel amazing to see my creation on national TV. This is good, but I can't wear since I don't have gems. Sorry. I know you have gone through so many iterations, but I think I am content with what I already have on. Oh, Addie, when will you ever learn to trust my instincts over yours? Now, I know just the guitar that would match this outfit. Time to crush it. Soon, you stand in the center of the empty stage, clutching your mic, trying to pee your pants. You take in the set as you wait for your cue. And now, everybody please give it up for Addie. The spotlight goes on. The crowd loses it. You lift the mic to your mouth to hit the first note. Why can't I hear something? Anything? Thank you so much, New York City. I should plug my album. Wink and Burke is at the camera. Thank them and say this has been a long life dream. After you do, the crowd goes wild. See ya next time. Last call. Woohoo, I wish she could perform all night. After your performance, you rush backstage to your friends, feigning yourself, chugging water. Those studio lights are hot. Addy, that was amazing. That may have been the best late night performance I have ever seen. Yeah, you crushed it, killed it, annihilated it. Okay, Raleigh, enough violent verbs for now. You lean in to give your friends a hug, but then you feel a manicured hand tapping your shoulder. Great news, Addy, you're trending like crazy. As you lean in to give Fiona a hug, you glance over her shoulder and you see two very familiar people standing off in a distance, a little ways down the hallway. Zadie, look. My parents, yes, I'm aware. I was planning to just let them stand there awkwardly, but no, you should go talk to them. Zadie, want me to come with you as support? I think this is something you need to handle on your own. Finding that strength is the only way you will find the real closure. Yeah, I know you're right. Well, see you after the Ano claps. You watch from a distance as she goes to speak with her parents, then give them some space. A few minutes later, she returns. How had it go? They were shallowly proud of me all of a sudden, just because they got to see my success up close. I don't need that fakeness. They'll never change. I told them we were over. I'm sorry, Zadie. No, don't be. Sometimes you need to cut toxic people out of your life. I'm glad I made the choice I did. And you were right. I need to do this on my own. Either way, I'm glad they got to see how well things are going for me right now. You give her shoulder a squeeze, then find her, the rest of your crew packing up and leave the venue. You get home late from last call and you wake up late. You check your phone and there are a bazillion texts from Shane. Hey, so I know you are probably sound asleep after killing it on last call, but I forgot to remind you about my film festival on Monday. You sure you can still come? For real? Lemo, relax, Shane. I wouldn't miss it for the world. I'm there. Awesome. It's gonna be amazing. There will be a red carpet, so you will be right at home. Shane, please. I'm right at home whenever I'm with you. No red carpets necessary. Oh, that's so corny. You're so corny. You know you love it. Suddenly, the door swings open and smacks the wall. Fiona strides casually into your bedroom. Geez, Fiona, don't even you knock. No, I don't. Anyway, time for your day's schedule. You have got a date with Riley. Ugh, seriously, Fiona, I'm so tired. And then you'll be happy to hear it. Huh? What do you mean last date? But I thought the fake relationship was going so well. It was going too well. It got stale, boring. You need a boost, and if you want that boost, you are going to have to break up with Riley for the cameras. Well. First, you need to be in a fake relationship for the cameras, and now I need to break up for the cameras again. But this was it for today's video, and I hope you liked it. Thank you for watching it till the end with me. Bye bye. See you soon.